Ross, 2-1 defeat today against Farnborough. What's your kind of take on that one?
Yeah, it wasn't the great game. I think it was probably the worst game of football I've seen in a long time. And we're part of that blame. We weren't good enough today. I think the ball spent most of the time out of play, which is very unlike us and unlike our normal games. But yeah, in terms of the 2-1 result, I think it's something that we was aware of. Their long throw, we've done really well first half to deal with it. Second half we switched off and they got a goal from it. I don't think they really hurt us in any other way. The direct play from the long throw they used every time, and fair play, I'd use it as well. And yeah, it was a very bitty game the whole game, and there was no rhythm to it. There's no patterns. We couldn't get into our sort of normal passing routines and our rotations. It was a very bitty game. Ball was out of play quite a bit. And listen, I don't think we did enough to win. But at the same time, I don't think it was a 2-1 result. I think both teams were huffing and puffing, and it wasn't the most attractive game. But listen, we've got to pick ourselves up because that was a disappointing result. Not because they probably outplayed us. It's more about ourselves. We didn't play to our full potential. And it's going to happen, you know. We're unbeaten in 2023, and one of these days was going to come, and unlucky it was today. So, yeah, disappointed, but at the same time, we've got to roll our sleeves up and go again.
First half, we went ahead. They made a positive start, really. You know, again, that's when the grittiness started, really. But we went ahead, and then we kind of got into the game, and then I suppose their 2 goals were scrappy, I think is the word for it. You know, you just spoke there about the undefeated record. Is it kind of a, you know, I wouldn't say it's a good thing, obviously, because we've lost, but you know that kind of cloud is not over our heads anymore. And is it just like focus again?
Yeah, I don't think it was on the boys' mind at all. I just thought we just didn't really turn up today. It's the first time I've probably seen us not really address our game plan properly and stick to it. We look tired for some reason, and listen, we're coming to the back end of the season. We haven't had the biggest squad. We've added a couple of boys today to help with that. Most of the boys have played every minute of every game, and today we look really flat. And I don't think any sort of shape change or anything would have shifted that. I just think it was an overall team performance today which was below par. So there's no one that we can really dig out individually. We were all underachieving today. And sometimes that's probably a better thing, because then we can reset and recharge and go again. So disappointing result. I think some of the results went our way from what people were saying, so nothing's really changed too much, which is really good for us. But at the same time, we need to reflect quickly because we've got a big game Tuesday. But in terms of the boys' attitude, it was there. The application was there, the desire was there. It was just the quality and just a little bit of legs. We looked like we run out of puff, and we give it a good go at the end, but it just wasn't enough. So listen, we'll take the defeat. That's fine, it's going to happen, and then we move on.
What's the mood in the dressing room like? I've only seen a couple of the boys, and obviously we're upset. We don't like losing. Is it 2 down? And I suppose, what have you said to them after that game?
Yeah, we hate losing. We really hate losing because we've got a winning mentality in the changing room. I think the negatives were we weren't good enough. Simple as that, and we could really dissect that. We've had a little chat in there. The positive is we haven't moved too far. A few of the results went our way, so we have to make sure we take advantage of the next game because we don't want to be losing those types of games that we're fully capable of winning. So yeah, listen, it feels bad right now, but again, I say it like when we win games, we've got to get out of our system. We've got to have some food. We'll go see what the game is on TV. We'll have a bite to eat, and then we'll move on for Tuesday. So really important we get out of our system. We understand that how this feels, it doesn't feel good. We haven't felt like this much this season. So when we experience it, we've got to get over it quickly and we move on.
Just before I come on to that Braintree game, I'll touch on something you said there about the 2 new recruits, Will Dawes and Joe Wilson. Spoke to you in the week about 2 exciting prospects, and we got the first sign of them today. Joe didn't really get too many touches of the ball, no. But Will looked quite lively. Yeah,
both loads of energy, great attitude, enthusiasm, give us good legs, got good quality. So yeah, those boys will add to us. I thought today, you know, could we have changed it and tweaked it because we know we've got a Tuesday game? I don't think so. I think the run of form and the way we've been playing this season has been first class. every good team has an ups and downs. We've had more ups and downs this season, and today was just a down moment. We can't beat ourselves up too much because the boys have been pretty much first class. And I speak to you after every game, and it's very consistent on what they say. And I think today is just a very off day, so we have to move on from it.
Yeah, I don't think we should get too beat about it, because exactly what you say. Whether we win, lose or draw, it's in there, and then we forget about it because we've got another game to go. That game is Braintree. I didn't actually realise how tight it was at the top. Braintree, they won today and they've gone third, so it's another difficult game, which I'm probably say every interview. What can we expect from that? I suppose a bounce back ability is the word we'll be looking for.
Yeah, I think they've gone 1 point. I think above us, whatever it is, it's very tight. So I think the main thing is that we don't address the table, we address the next game, we address our performance. I think, we've got to be aware of Braintree, obviously, because they're a good team, but I think we're a very good team as well. When we're on it, and when we're positive and front foot mentality, and when we're passing it, when we're getting our patterns going, when we're playing from the back and playing through, playing beyond, and finishing the attack, we're some team. The boys need to believe in that, understand it. I think Tuesday is more about us than Braintree. I think we need to focus on ourselves. But it'll be an interesting game. I like Braintree. I liked them at their place. It's a real battle at their place. It was a good draw, solid draw. I think that the mentality now is we need to bounce back from this game. As I said, it was a very ugly game, hard to watch. It was, without saying typical non-league, because we are non-league and we play some good stuff, but it was hard to watch at times. Hopefully the fans will stick with us this game, and hopefully get a bounce back on Tuesday, because I'm pretty sure the boys will want to put it right.
Final one from me, touching on Reece Fleet. He's become the 10th all-time appearance holder for Oxford City, and he could well go up even more the more and more he plays. Just a word on him.
Yeah, fantastic. Obviously today it would put a downer on that. He knows club captain. He's a very proud man, very good leader for the football club, and a big servant for the football club, and hopefully for many more games. But again, today would sort of mask that. But I think he needs to understand it's a big achievement. He's here for a reason. He's a leader. He's a face of the football club, and that we have to move on and hopefully get many more appearances under his belt and pull us through the mud. And today was the mud. We've got to pull through this and come out the other end putting a good performance on Tuesday night, which I fully expect the boys to do.
Well, Ross, thanks very much for your time, and we go again on Tuesday.
Cheers.